Or the oceans where humans could never even think of going are soon going to become important trade routes. In Antarctica still, many studies are ongoing, and who knows what mysterious things about Antarctica will be discovered in the coming time. These are all the sources we consulted for this video. If you like topics like this, be sure to let us know in the comments.
This is Antarctica, which has been a great mystery for humans for centuries. Whether they are blood waterfalls, mysterious animals, underground lakes, or cities buried under the ice. There are many myths and mysteries about Antarctica that cannot be revealed today. Antarctica is the only continent in the world where no human lives because the temperature here goes down to -90°C. Along with this, snowstorms also come here at a speed of 300 km per hour. Similarly, Antarctica is also the driest continent in the world. So dry that you may be surprised to know that it is also called a desert. Because there is only 51 millimeters of rain here. Despite all this, for the past 100 years, many countries have been trying to take control of Antarctica. Look at this map of Antarctica. France claims this part. Norway claims this part. Australia claims all this right side. Similarly, Britain, Chile, Argentina and New Zealand also claim some parts of Antarctica. But what is the reason for this? What is underneath this ice that the world's superpowers want to take control of it? Today we are going to solve some of Antarctica's mysteries. And at the same time we will also find out who actually discovered Antarctica. And finally, we will also see what secrets are hidden under the ice that the world's superpowers know. And that's why they want to take control of Antarctica. Who discovered Antarctica? Depends on who you are asking. Britishers say that they discovered Antarctica, while Russians say that they were the first to step here. But thousands of years ago, Greek philosopher Aristotle mentioned Antarctica, when he said that the Earth is round and the North and South Pole are mirror images of each other. In 2021, a study of the Royal Society of New Zealand was published in which it was said that the Maori people living on the Polynesian islands near Australia were probably the first people to reach Antarctica in the 7th century. Because in their old stories, there is a mention of such a snowy continent that is on the southern side of the Earth. Well, in recorded history, British officer James Cook was the first European to cross the Antarctic Circle and reach Antarctica here. But he was only 130 kilometers away from Antarctica. He was so scared that he turned his ship back. Because he didn't see Antarctica, but he definitely saw icebergs floating in the water. And the sea was in such a state that it was very dangerous to take the ship forward. That's why James Cook said that it's so dangerous to reach this southern continent that maybe someone will ever come here. After Captain Cook, many more people tried to discover Antarctica, but they could not succeed. Then, as soon as the 19th century came, a competition began between countries for economic dominance. Now, a new world order was growing. Resources and new trade routes were being discovered. Industries were being built. Every country wanted to become a superpower in the coming century. And that's why explorations were on the rise. In this way, in 1819, the Russian Empire gave the task to Russian explorer Fabian von Bellingshausen to go around the world and discover new countries and continents. In 1820, Fabian proved Captain Cook's prediction wrong. And by reaching the Southern Ocean here, Antarctica was very close to Antarctica. Although he had not set foot on Antarctica, he is said to be the first person in modern history to have seen Antarctica. Then, between 1900 and 1920, many explorers moved to Antarctica. British explorer Robert Falcon Scott set off with his team to Antarctica in 1911 and went about 400 miles ahead. But then due to bad weather and hunger, he had to return. But this return journey proved to be very terrible. His team was caught in a severe cold and ice storm and all of them died. Then, after World War I, many countries sent their teams here and tried to claim this continent. In 1949, at the behest of Hitler, the German Air Force also dropped Nazi flags here so that this area could be shown under Nazi Germany's control. After World War II, many countries set up their research stations here, and from here mysterious discoveries began about Antarctica. The first thing to note is that there was no ice on Antarctica at any time, but thick forests. According to scientists at the Imperial College of London, they found fossilized wood here. It is known that about 90 million years ago, Antarctica was a warm continent where there were thick forests. Apart from this, they also found fossils of some such insects here that are only found in warm areas. The second big and mysterious discovery about Antarctica was that there are 400 lakes under the ice of these 3 kilometers. They have their own ecosystem. There are such marine animals there that are nowhere in the world. Like these big spiders and see-through jellyfish. This is a different world under the ice. In the same way, another thing on Antarctica that has puzzled many explorers for many years is these bloody springs. In the McMurdo Valley, these waterfalls are as if blood is coming out of the ice. But recently, scientists have discovered that the red color of this waterfall is because this spring used to come from a very salty lake, on which now hundreds of feet of ice has fallen, and that lake is completely cut off from the atmosphere. There is a lot of iron in this water. And that's why when this water comes into the spring, the iron present in the water oxidizes due to oxygen and sunlight. And its color becomes exactly like music. The third biggest mystery and conspiracy about Antarctica is that there is an ancient civilization under this ice. Many people have claimed that alien spaceships have also been seen here. In 2016, a lot of unusual activities were recorded on Google Earth in Antarctica. Conspiracy theorists, where they called them alien UFOs. According to many political experts, these are the secret air operations of America and other countries, which they are doing in Antarctica. And this is where Antarctica's hidden political front comes from, which very few people are aware of. Where the rest of the world, other geopolitical areas, are involved in other geopolitical issues. America, China, and the Soviet Union are aggressively sending expeditions to Antarctica. In fact, China has set up its multiple research stations there. According to the Antarctic Treaty of 1969, any country can do scientific investigations in Antarctica. It just has to share the results of these studies with all countries. In 1992, a discovery was discovered in the survey of the U.S. Geological Department that there are 500 billion barrels in Antarctica. These are reserves of natural gas and oil. But China and these other countries are not interested in Antarctica for this oil and gas. In fact, in Antarctica, in a very large quantity, reserves of rare earth minerals such as neodymium, praseodymium, terbium, and dysprosium have been discovered. These are the minerals that are used in all electronic devices. And since the world's focus is now moving away from oil and gas towards energy resources that power electronic devices, the demand for these minerals is even higher than that of oil and gas. Electric cars and ion batteries are now the future. And this race to control the future has brought these superpowers into the ice and storms of Antarctica. The last mysterious discovery of Antarctica is the Southern Ocean. The name of the Southern Ocean is among the most dangerous oceans in the world. The climate and water supply of our world is controlled by the Southern Ocean, because it is also found along with the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. According to scientists, 15% of the world's carbon emissions is absorbed by the Southern Ocean. And along with global warming, the importance of this ocean is increasing. Because the frozen ice is melting here. And by melting the ice, many treasures are now coming out.